I'm sure you must have heard of one word, that is planning. But do you follow any plan to acquire spoken English, or doing every activity randomly, like reading anytime, listening anytime, or speaking once in a while, or something like that? If you're doing these things, I will suggest don't do it and understand how planning can help you to acquire desired result in lesser period of time. So, in simpler word, planning is nothing but giving importance to things, enough importance, neither too much or not too less. And it also include what you are doing, what time you are doing, and how long you are doing, and how you are doing. Right? In the context of spoken English acquisition, what are the activities we need to plan? These are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Here we need to understand our aim also, our objective also, our purpose also. It means that why do you want to learn spoken English? You just want to learn spoken English because you feel that it will boost your confidence in your daily life. So that could be one reason, or it is directly related to your career progression. Once you will decide the aim, the objective, you will have the clarity in your brain that what you want to achieve and how soon you want to achieve. Right? If your aim is to acquire communicative English, so your planning will vary from a person who is aiming to acquire public speaking, because the skill set required for public speaking is way different than acquiring communicative English. You need to understand this. So let's assume that you are at beginner level and you want to acquire daily communication skills, confidence and fluency in daily communication, and you don't want to invest more than 2-3 months. So this is our objective. So let's see how we can go about it, how we can plan for this objective. Let's see planning in 3 different stages. Very first is general planning, where I'm going to talk about what are the activities, what are the practices we should do, and then we can go specific, where I will talk about how we can do those practices, and after the third one would be go optimal, where I'm going to talk about very specific things like the duration, timing and other things required. Okay, so let's see one by one. In our general planning, it should have all 4 activities because you are at beginner level, right? You must dedicate time for speaking, reading, writing and listening. Okay, so in general practice we will involve these all things. Reading, often considered as initial step, it helps learner to understand vocabulary, grammar and sentence structures. And after that, listening is really helpful to the learner because it helps learner to understand spoken English pronunciation, and it helps for comprehension skill also. And if after these activities, if the person is involved in writing, so writing helps them to express their ideas, because now they have information and they can express their ideas while writing. And then if they speak, they will have enough information, enough input in their brain so that they can speak with confidence and fluency. Since you are an adult learner, you are giving input to your brain by reading and listening. So you should read storybooks, and you should listen to podcasts and some conversational videos, and where you can hear the conversation. You should really listen those all things, right? It's going to help your brain to have right input at this starting stage. And then when you are writing and speaking, you are applying your knowledge, what you have received through these activities. So these all 4 activities are important at starting. So now let's see how we can do it. So now go specific and understand how should we do these practices. So very first is reading. We know that we should read storybooks where we can understand and see the conversation, and we can read online articles designed for beginners, and then we can take notes on new vocabulary, grammar, structures while reading. We can practice reading aloud. Gradually increase difficulty of text as your skill improve. Whenever we are doing reading practice, that time we should read aloud, out loud. Yes, and when we are reading, we should be careful for the pronunciation and for punctuation and voice modulation, because these three aspects are really important, because we just don't want to be a flat reader where there is everything is going monotonous. It doesn't engage listener, and we want to improve our communicative English. Must have these skills also where we can make our speaking interesting. So this practice will help you over there, right? I'll just summarize again that you need to read it out loud, not too fast, not too slow, with proper pronunciation, punctuation and voice modulation to bring emotion to your reading. For listening, I will recommend you to listen to conversational English. If you're finding it, if you're searching in YouTube, you will find there are so many channels who are dedicated to build content for daily conversation and their practice. And mostly they are animated. The kind of content they are giving there, it's really useful for the beginners. I will share some of the links here for your reference. You can watch them. Those are really helpful for the beginner, because you are just listening to the conversation, and you can use those sentences in your daily life when similar situation comes in front of you. And then you can go for listening to podcasts, audiobooks or online videos with subtitles. And if you are interested, you can watch movies also with subtitles. And initially be focused on understanding part. Main idea is to have understanding of pronunciation and intonation and the nuances of the language. Later on, you can repeat the way speaker was speaking. You can use the same pronunciation and intonation. And about writing practice, I really want to know why do people, they escape from writing full in English when they use social media or they WhatsApp or chat with somebody. Why they use why do they write in two languages? Why do they write in their mother tongue, and why don't they write in full English? If the receiver understands English, why don't they write in English, full in English? I don't think so they will take objection. But if there is a situation, don't write, but mostly people will not take objection writing in English. We should practice writing in English, because when we are writing, our mind is calm. We can take time and then write, and that's how there are less chances of making grammatical error. And if you are writing correct in English, so there are high chances when you are going to speak the same sentence, you will not make mistakes. Even if you are making mistakes, you are aware that you have made some mistake, so you can correct it. Okay, so that's how writing helps. And also we are using social media entirely. We are involved in writing practice. So, but we are just not writing in full English. Helps for self-correction practice, and we have reference material also, because nowadays we can download apps like Grammarly, so it will tell us where we are making some mistakes. And apart from these all things, what can we write? We can write our daily journals, and if you want to go further, you can write essay or some other things. But your focus should be basically on basic vocabulary and grammar structure, and it should be accurate, and you can review it or you can edit it, and it will help you a lot. And when we talk about speaking practice, I would encourage beginners to speak. I know you are going to make mistakes, I also did, but you should speak, and this is the general advice everybody gives you, right? So, but how can we speak when we don't know anything? Actually, there are the many chances we know the answer. Answer is hidden in the question, and you can find out answers from that same question. And if you are not able to speak, if you are not able to respond in full sentence, you can use one or two words at starting, gradually form sentences, and while you are doing these three practices, you will be able to speak in full sentences later on. If you have not enrolled yourself for professional training, That's okay. Maybe you might have time or money constraint. That's okay. This beginner stage can be overcome by self-practice. Once you will reach to intermediate level, that time you surely need proper guidance to reach further. But the beginner level you can definitely cross by self-studying, I would say. There is no hard and fast that you should go for training only. You can do it by yourself. So keep practice in a way that every day you are involved in these activities. Okay. What else you can practice? You can practice common phrases and expressions which are used in daily situations, and they are just ready to use sentences. And you can do many other self-practice for speaking, for like preparing for some topic and speak it out loud without, and this time you are not reading, you are just explaining to yourself. And if you want, you can record it, and later on you can see the improvement areas. And these all things you can do by your own self. You need not any other partner. But if you get it, it's going to help you and it will speed up your process. Let's see how can we go optimal. What time, how long should we practice? As I already told you that if you are a beginner, you should invest time for listening and reading, right? But what should be the time for it? It is recommended that if you invest your time early morning or before going to bed, time for reading or listening activities, you are going to see the better results, because this time our mind is very receptive and you are just training your subconscious mind, you know. And for writing and speaking practice, you have entire time. Wherever it is possible for you, you can do it. I already told you that whenever you are texting or you are sending some message in WhatsApp or using social media, so that time you write in full English. And if you get a suitable environment, you practice. Do not hesitate that time. Now you will ask me that you are a student or a working professional or business owner or homemaker, that you have time constraint. You have limited time to dedicate yourself for these all activities for longer duration, maybe for 30 minutes, 1 hour or so. So I would ask you that can you give only 5 to 10 minutes in a day? If you can, you will be able to see the difference. Gradually you can increase the time. If you get time, you can definitely increase. But can you dedicate 5 to 10 minutes for 21 days for these all 4 activities? If yes, you are going to see better improvement. And why 21 days? Because it's being said that it takes 21 days to form a new habit. I'm not sure how effective it is, how true it is, but I think that 21 days is a good time to dedicate for a smaller goal. And if you get success in this goal, then you can increase minutes for any of these activities depending upon your priority. So that's how you can plan, right? Now I'm summarizing the pointers that, and don't do these mistakes mostly people do. If they get time, if they get more time, they practice more. But after that, they don't practice for so many days. And this is really bad thing. It is just like eating for a month in a day. Will you be able to survive? No, you won't be. You have to eat every day for survival, right? In a small bits. Similarly, you have to practice every day. Need not to practice for 2 hours, 3 hours or 4 hours every day. Instead, certain minutes, few minutes dedication will help you, and you can dedicate certain time like early morning or late evening or during day. It is up to you. Whatever is convenient for you, you can do it. But include English in your daily life and at least plan for 21 days, and then improve your plan for next 21 days. That's how you will be seeing progress, growth, and it's a gradual process. You will have to keep going on, and gradually you will be stepping towards the confidence and fluency. So this is all for today's video. Please let us know your feedback in comment box. Support us, subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.